I'm going to show you how to make a wish list on Amazon.com. So the first thing you need to do is just log into your Amazon account. If you don't have one, you can create one pretty easily. But once you're logged in, there's always a little thing up in this right-hand corner that has your name, hello, your account and lists, is what it says underneath it, and this menu pulls up when you just hover over that area. So what you're going to do is on the left side of this, or right in the center of it, it says your lists. You're going to go down and create a list. So that's down underneath the lists part, create a list. And what that does is brings up this menu that lets you select some things. This list is for you. This is going to be a wish list, which is to let other people know of things that they can purchase for you. It's going to be a public list. You might want to give it a name that helps you remember what it was for. So because I'm making this for people who lost things during the California campfire. I'm going to name it Campfire Items Needed List. And then I'm going to make this a public list, and I'm not going to keep purchased items on my list. What that means is that if someone buys a thing off the list, it will disappear from the list so that no other people buy it. I'm going to click create that. It's going to take me to this page that shows me that I have this thing called the Campfire Items List Needed List, and it has some other things that I can do here. I'm going to come over here where it says send list to others and find this ellipsis just to the right of that, because that gives me this manage list setting. So I'm going to click on that. This lets me change some things on this. I'm going to make sure that it's a public list, that I'm the recipient. It's going to give, it's going to fill in your name and email from your account. You can disregard the birthday stuff. You can put a description in here that says something like, these are things to replace items lost in my classroom from the California campfire in November 2018, whatever it is, You're going to have to choose a shipping address here. And so if you're someone whose school has been closed or lost or whatever, or if you're sending things to your house, you want to make sure it's a current address for you. So you'll need to select something, and you do that from clicking on this little pull down button here. So after you've selected an address to send it to, you're going to want to click this third-party shipping agreement button, because what that means is that if somebody buys something from a third-party seller on Amazon, they'll be able to give your address to that third-party seller to send the item to you. Okay. Then you can also, like the keep purchase items on your list, you can click. You can keep that unclicked. Don't spoil my surprises. That's a thing that's for, like, if you were setting up a list for birthday presents for yourself and you didn't want to be surprised about knowing what you got. So that's not relevant here. You can leave this as your default list if you want to. That will make it easier to add things to it. So click Save Changes. Okay, now you have a list, but you have nothing in the list, so you have to shop a little bit. So you go up and do the normal sort of shopping things. So if you were needing new markers for your classroom, for instance, and you needed this big box, you can click on it. And you can sort of see the details for it or whatever. Let's say you need 2 of those boxes, so you can put 2 boxes on there. And then you can click on this Add to List. If you made your list the default list, it'll just add it to that by clicking on this button. You can click over here and it will show you any lists that you have available to add something to. So that list, your default list is going to be at the top of that. Okay. So I'm just going to show you that, oh, okay, it's been added. Okay. So you can continue shopping, or once until you have all the things in that you want to put in your list. And then when you're done, you can click View Your List. Now again, you can do some things if you are interested in working with someone else, like if you were working with a teaching partner or something like that, and you wanted to invite him or her to also add things to the list, you can do that using this button here. But the important thing is that you want to be able to send your list to other people so that they can purchase those things, have them sent to you, so that you can restock the things that were lost. So you click on that share list with others, and you can, there's 3 different icons here to email stuff. So this is your default email program. This is Gmail. This is Yahoo Mail. Or you can, the easiest thing is probably just to copy and paste the actual link to your list. So that's the way that you can share the stuff. Now, a couple of things. The people who buy things for you are not going to see where the things are being sent or anything like that. So your information will stay private in terms of like shipping locations and all that sort of stuff. So that isn't shared with anyone who's trying to purchase things for you. If you put multiple things in, there will be this thing. It says quantity 2 has 0. So if somebody buys one for you, it will say, one still remaining that you want to buy. So you can put multiples of things in, and that will be visible to the things who visit your list and are trying to help you restock your classroom. So that's the basics. I hope this is helpful, and I hope that it ends up helping you restock the things that were lost in that terrible fire.